Okay. Yes, this is day 3. I suppose this has sort of become like a journal, I guess, kind of a thing. Figuring out the shirt on. Yeah, I suppose it has become kind of like a sort of journal. It's never really meant to be something like that, but I don't know. I think I kind of need something, and my trip home seems to kind of fill that kind of bit of time, especially the only time I do get to do something like this. I suppose a bit of a debrief for myself, I guess. So on that, I jumped back in yesterday. I had a good day. Very good day. There's plenty of stuff that could have gone better, but got to spend the day with my missus, my little boy, my littlest boy. Yeah, I'd say a specialist about my knee. Didn't get great sort of news with that, but it is what it is now. I think there's something coming. There has to be. There's a reason. There's a reason I got hurt. There's a reason that I shouldn't have been going to that job. There's a reason I should stay around where I'm at now, at least for that little bit longer. There was a reason for it. Something's coming. I don't know what it is, but there's something has to be coming. But anyway, got power back eventually. Late in the afternoon, obviously after set up for worst case scenario, but same thing, it is what it is. It's good that my missus was able to spend a bit of time talking with her friend, new friend that she's made. Proud of her for doing that. It's hard when you sort of you get with a person and friend groups are completely different to each other. And then obviously you change a little bit, or you realise that you're not so much the person that you were before with that group of friends that you have. You realise that you sort of want to have other friends that are more in line with where you want to be, the way that you want to be, and the way that you want to raise your children. And it can be scary. And it can be lonely. Some people get lucky, they have friends early, that friends for life. You know, close, tight knit, see each other all the time. But you know, there's certain stages in your life where you need different friends. Sometimes, I guess. For a while now, my missus hasn't really had many people to talk to, I guess. She talks to me, but I'm not the same. I'm not a woman. I don't know a lot of the things going on with her. I don't understand them. I try my best to understand them, but I don't sometimes I just can't. It's just because I'm male, I guess. I suppose she's really good. I really like her. She's got herself a friend. Her kids are friends. She's happy. She talks about his friend. Just lights up, and that makes me happy as well. It is. I think there's different people that you need in your lives at different times. I've had mates that have come and gone. At the time, thought they were going to be, like brothers. Thought they were going to be with me forever, mates forever. And there's really only been one that's been with me since I was a child. We've been mates till we're 5, and I cherish the way that, I do cherish the bond that we still do have. It's nowhere near as full on as it used to be. We used to spend a lot of time together. Now it could be months we see each other or even talk. But it doesn't seem to really change anything. Still, best mate. I think he always will be. I know he always will be. No matter what happens, he's always. I'll have to ring him up. He'll be there. But still can't talk. Still can't talk about a lot of the stuff that happens with me to him. Best mate for years. We've told each other plenty of stuff that most people wouldn't know. But I don't know, it's sort of different when it's your own. It's different when you're younger and your problems are very much the same. But the problems also only revolve essentially around you. And maybe a missus at the time. A bit of a fling or whatever. But it's a lot different when you get older and you start having your own family and you get a missus that you actually like and you want to be around. You get kids. You have kids. I don't know. I suppose I sort of feel a lot of the times that I don't want to burden a mate that I know has his own problems with my problems. I don't want to sound ungrateful for what I have, but I also know deep down that's literally what needs to happen. Knowing it and doing it are two very different things. Long day. Alright. Really at the time in my life now, well, me and my mate, all my mates, it's really the time that we should be talking with each other about what's going on because our problems are so much bigger. But sometimes we sort of do, but then it's also hard too because you try and talk to a mate, his missus is around, you don't really want her to be sort of hearing it and worrying about it, or you know, my missus is around, or, you know, the kids are around, and kids soak up so much. And it becomes difficult, you know. Then it's also difficult to get a time where we can just go out. Just go and do something, just us. Because family, work, you know, like, can be very sort of hard. Anyway, talk to your mates. Moral of that story, talk to your mates. Everyone knows they should be doing it. Some people are good at it. I don't know. Me, I'm not great at it. I struggle a lot of the time to talk to people about anything sort of happening. Something that I need to work on, but yeah. We're getting there. With the power outage that we had yesterday, there was one thing that sort of hit me a lot harder than I had expected. So, see, power being out for such a long time, the breast milk, the oversupply of breast milk that my missus has been collecting since my young fella was born, and it started to defrost, and obviously once that happens, it essentially it has a potential to be off, and obviously you don't want to be giving that to a baby. They're pretty cluey. If it's not right, they tend to just reject it. But anyway, because there was that potential for it to be off, my missus had to throw it out, get rid of it all. Like, it was a couple of months worth of breast milk that if for some reason something was to happen, if her supply lagged a little bit, we had plenty of backup there to be able to push him through until the supply picked up. Anyway, she had to throw it all out. And it did, it broke her heart. And she came into me and she sort of goes, that was heartbreaking. And I was like, whoa. She said about having to throw away all this breast milk because with the first two children, with the first two, the oldest two, she did have dramas with supply, and it was the one thing that when we found out that she was pregnant, that she wanted to dead set try and do, was to be able to breastfeed for as long as possible. And it upset her, and that upset me. She would cry about it. And I was holding a young fella, and he's only 5 months. It was a bit of a reaction, and so I said, oh, when you need to give Mum a hug. And just the way he did, he sort of did. And that was enough. That made me tear up. I think he might be healing me. Slowly, but I think he is. I think he's healing me. Anyway, home. I need to dry these tears. Go around and spend the afternoon with my missus. Littlest. Go with the oldest boys once they finish school. Time for the weekend. Sleep.